Weather outlook across North America, the pattern continues to be dominated by this rather lethargic and weak jet stream pattern over North America. That started really a couple of weeks ago and it persists now, and it has a couple of impacts. One, it's really keeping the heat away from most of the corn bean belt agricultural areas of North America. It's been very hot along the west coast and in the south and in the southwest. That's not going away, but that's also fairly seasonal. The precipitation pattern, not particularly especially rainy except for a few areas like the monsoonal flow in the southwest. That's this area that comes up out of Old Mexico and the Baja and tends to make the weather kind of stormy in the southwest this time of year. That's not going away. But with this jet stream still split into two factions and still relatively weak, the strongest branch here, the northern branch, we're not seeing a lot of huge precipitation patterns, nor are we seeing a lot of really dramatic temperature patterns, except probably most notably the occasional excursion of excessively hot air into the Pacific Northwest, which, if it's going to happen, is most likely in late summer into September, but still, it's been quite hot out there. As we go through this week, there will be some gradual weakening of this bi-split pattern, and we're going to start to see these two jets into the second week of the pattern merging into more of one, and that may eventually add a little credence to a little bit more of a dynamic temperature pattern. But at least through this week, things are going to stay about the same, mostly pretty hot weather in the south, the southern plains, and along the west coast, mostly not coastal areas, but slightly interior. Toward this weekend, though, cooler weather will start building in around Hudson Bay, and that will likely begin to persist, and we're going to start to see some even cooler weather build down as we get a little bit of ridging out here once again into western Canada. That'll send the first really notable sub-freezing air into the area around the west side of Hudson Bay by about the Labor Day weekend. That's the way it looks like to me right now, and that will tend to start cooling down the Great Lakes in the northeastern states, perhaps as we start moving into the fall weather pattern. It's still going to be relatively warm in the northern plains. We're just not getting any hot weather into the northern plains to speak of. Precipitation-wise, pretty dry weather along the west coast, northern Rockies, northern plains. It's been a wet summer in central Canada. That's not going to change. Showers and thunderstorms from the monsoon spreading across the southeastern states into the Labor Day or the few days before Labor Day weekend. We'll start to see still dry weather in the northern plains, a little bit of a drying up in the far south, probably some showers, thunder showers getting into the Great Lakes as those areas begin to cool down. But overall, not a terribly wet pattern nor a hot pattern.